I'm Ziggy, and we're going to make my version of the St. Louis style thin crust pizza. Today I'm going to roast whole Roma tomatoes, a red bell pepper, some red onions, and some garlic. I'm going to make my pizza, my version, with tortillas. And all I'm going to do is brush these tortillas with a little bit of olive oil on both sides and warm them up. And while that's going, I'm going to chop up my vegetables. I've pretty much got that on low, so it's okay. I'm just going to brown both sides. What I've done is I've cut the ends off of these tomatoes, Roma tomatoes, and I've just stuck a little skewer in to make a little hole to de-seed the tomatoes and also to let some of the juice run out. I'm also going to chop up my red bell pepper. Always try to remember to remove the inside. I'm going to just chop these kind of a rough cut. So there's all my beautiful red peppers. Now I'm going to cut my garlic bulb in half. I'm only going to use half of it. I'm going to roast this at the same time all together. And I'm going to chop up my red onion into about eighths. So all my beautiful vegetables are all together. Now all my fresh ingredients here need to be tossed in my olive oil and herb mixture. I add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a little salt, kosher salt, regular salt, and pepper mixture. A little bit of crushed red pepper or pepper flakes, and a little bit of your favorite herb. It could be oregano like I'm using today, it could be thyme or rosemary. And I'm also going to add about a tablespoon or 2 of tomato paste. And I'm going to give that a nice little stir, and I'm going to coat all of these vegetables into this mixture. Look at that. I need a little bit more olive oil, and I'm going to coat all my vegetables into this mixture. I'm going to start with my garlic. And I'm going to place it on my high-sided broiler pan that I've lined with foil. And I made a little tray for just these tender little vegetables. And I'm also going to toss all of my tomatoes in the remainder of this mixture. And the remainder of my little tray right there is where these tomatoes are going to go. Look how great that looks. In my preheated 475 degree oven with the center rack, and I'm going to cook these for 30 to 35 minutes. Those tomatoes are charred and soft. I'm going to turn this to 350 degrees. Let that cool a little bit. Oh my goodness, look at the sweet pillows of goodness. Woo! Baby, we're in there. Now, you know, when I added that tomato paste to all of these vegetables and the tomatoes, that just bumped it up a notch. That made it dynamite. Now, these really have a lot of tomato flavor. Let these rest for just about 5 minutes. Now, look how soft the tomatoes are, and they're all charred on the top. That's exactly what I want. I'm going to take half of these tomatoes and chop them up. I'm going to just rough cut those tomatoes like that to kind of make my sauce. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my roasted tomatoes over my tortilla shells. And then I'm going to add some roasted garlic. Pieces of garlic will slide right out of there like that. And we're going to put some of our roasted red peppers on that one. A little bit of red onion on both. And then I can take one of these tomatoes. I like the height that's on these pizzas also. A lot of times they're also flat. I'm going to put a little bit of fresh mozzarella on here. You can break them up with your hands, no problem. Just place them around. And Provel, everybody in St. Louis knows what that is. And a little bit of that fontanella cheese. If you want to add a little bit of oregano and a little bit of Parmesan cheese I had here. And now we're going to put them in the oven at that 350 degrees that we had already set the oven at for just 3 to 4 minutes. Cheese is done, nice and brown. Our tortilla's gotten nice and crispy. How's that look? Woo! Right there. Remember, everybody, vote for Ziggy on KMOV TV, KMOV.com, and YouTube. Enjoy.